Dag nabbit. I went to edit my video footage I shot while vlogging about a new series that I'm launching, only to discover that my GoPro had vomited all over the place and I was left with nothing. So enjoy this voiceover of a ride on a road that I discovered in the Virginia countryside last weekend. When I started my channel, I had a couple of content tracks planned out, and I think it's time that I got busy on those. So I'm launching a new video series on leadership that I'm calling Leadership on a Harley. Yeah, I know, not that creative. But for those of you who are here for biking content, there will definitely be a tie-in for all this stuff. Believe it or not, but many of the skills you possess, or you should possess, as a motorcyclist tie directly to traits of great leaders. You might be surprised by that. On any given day, it seems like half the people in the world have lost their minds. I chalk that up to crappy leadership and perhaps a generation of people trying desperately to hang on to a world that is forcing them to adapt to change at an ever faster rate. A world in which they struggle to maintain their relevance while society and their culture evolves to embrace things that are counter to many of their beliefs and values. Unfortunately for the other half of the world, many of these people are in leadership positions, and their fear and inability to evolve are affecting many of those who look to them for direction and are impacted by their behavior and decisions. And I'm talking about a lot of the Gen Xer and lingering late boomer leaders out there. The sad thing is that what they're struggling with is nothing new. It's just a cycle that repeats itself every 25 years or so. The difference this time around is that the Gen X generation is small in size and it's sandwiched between two much larger generations, so their window of opportunity to drive influence is smaller, as is the window of relevancy for those who try to cling to the past and refuse to evolve. So a lot of them are freaking out as they age out. Obviously, I'm talking in generalities here about Gen Xers, so hang on before you go over the edge. I'm talking about the ones who constantly blame the ills or what they see as de-evolution in the world on those damn millennials. And I'm specifically talking about the ones who are in leadership positions in business and politics. Hey, live your life the way you want to, and more power to you on that. But when you are in a leadership position, you have a responsibility to those who follow you, to those who you influence, and to those to which you serve as an example. And you need to be accountable to them. The basic principles of sound leadership are pretty straightforward, but they're also highly adaptive to the change that is brought about by evolution, enlightenment, and progress. I am consistently appalled by late boomer and Gen X leaders who blame and find fault with millennials because they themselves can't deal with change. I am especially disappointed in Gen X leaders who fall short because that generation was hugely disruptive during a time of great change, and as a whole, has much in common with the best traits of the millennials. Yet, too many of them seem to have embraced that me attitude of the boomers. I know it's likely out of fear and insecurity, but it seems like many of them are intent on living up to that me label. Perspective, people, think outside yourselves. So in this series, we'll talk about what's driving all of this, about the issues that leaders are facing today, the things that you as a leader should be doing, the things you need to stop doing, and the things you can do to ensure you stay relevant in the evolving world. We'll also get into the myths of things like the customer is always right, you need to give me 110%, or the belief that power comes from your position and or your title. And how, if you subscribe to those myths, well, hate to tell you, but that's probably a sign that you, as a business leader, are out of touch with the world around you. I will probably be dropping a video in this series about once a month or every few weeks. If you're new to the channel and this seems like stuff that you're interested in or that you think you can derive some value from, please consider hitting that subscribe button and the notification bell so that you'll be notified when a new video drops. Have a great day. And if you are a leader, remember that your people will be committed to you if they feel that you are committed to them based on their values and principles. Think outside yourself. Peace.